Wowzers, what a wild couple of days.
$150 billion wiped off the value of the ASX in the first 15 minutes of trade on Monday. That's $167 million every second, and not just local punters feeling the hurt. Americans have taken to the streets in a national act of buyer's remorse.
Sort this out. He's a criminal. Get him out, now!
Now, Trump knew his tariff war would cause markets to shit themselves, but he was hoping for this. But he got this. Even the world's tech bros are reaching for the Gastro-Stop.
What advice for people with CommSec accounts or super?
Don't look.
You can't not look.
Yeah, you can.
I'm not listening.
Too late to do anything now anyway. The ASX is down 16-17% since its high of February 14.
Yeah, that's a lot of money people have lost.
You only lose the money if you sell the shares. If you don't have to, don't sell. The market will come back. Donald Trump's a hell of a disrupting force, but he's nothing compared to COVID.
Oh, debatable.
No, he's not. Markets dropped by a third in 2020 and within a year had made up all the losses during the pandemic and went on to fresh record highs.
Into the f***ing stratosphere!
Trump isn't a patch on the Eurozone crisis of 2010. Spain, Greece, Portugal all looking at defaulting on their debt. Markets in total meltdown because the breakup of the EU was seriously on the table. Look at them now.
Monaco has more billionaires per capita than anywhere else in the world.
The GFC was the end of capitalism as we knew it.
There's a bubble.
Until it wasn't. October 19, 1987, Black Monday, $1.7 trillion wiped from world stock markets.
F***ing shit.
October 28, 1929, the original Black Monday that triggered the Great Depression.
My father worked in the sewers. Then came the Depression. They closed down the schools.
And the share prices came back. Sometimes you just got to let the markets punch themselves out.
President Donald Trump is urging people to hang tough, saying it, quote, won't be easy, but the end result will be historic.
I don't know, it just seems worse at the moment.
It always seems worse when you're in the moment, but what's happening now isn't unusual. We're in a correction. That's when markets fall between 10 and 20%.
Ouch.
The US has one of these at least once a year. We'll be in a bear market at some point, and that's when stock markets slide by more than 20%.
Oh dear.
Happens every 3 to 4 years, so that's 25 times in an investor's lifetime.
So you're saying put the mouthguard in.
The only investors who should be really worried about what's happening right now are the ones who are leveraged, borrowed money to buy their shares, trading on margin, as it's known.
Opportunity is everything.
You've heard of a margin call.
Yeah.
Happens when you've bought shares on tick from your broker and your broker's demanding you stump up some cash to cover your lost position because of an event like today.
Which is okay if you've got the cash.
Well, that's the problem. Why do you reckon people are trading on margin in the first place?
Here, there's no cash.
The other group that should be a bit worried are retirees because they don't have the time to wait it out or the earnings capacity to make up for the losses. But even they don't need to fret as much as they probably are. By the time you're in your 60s, your superannuation should be skewed to boring, low-yielding but safe investments like bonds and cash. Might have 20% in the stock market, so if you've got $1 million in super, the market dip since Feb applies to maybe 200 grand. That's less than a $40,000 loss in $1 million portfolio. You've still got like 95-96% of your money.
Okay, so in the words of Trump, hang tough.
You take your private helicopter to your private golf course. Chill out. And if that fails, blame the other guys.
It was him. Let's get him, fellas.
I'm Ben Harvey.